So Doc, when a cow's calving, at what point do I give her a hand?
Well, generic rancher Ron, I would say wait till she's finished calving before you give her a round of applause. But if she's not done calving, you probably want to help her out if it looks like that calf might be coming a little hard. So for us to know when we need to intervene when a cow is calving, we need to have an idea of how labor is supposed to progress. There are 3 stages to labor. The first stage is where the cow begins to dilate and the water bag is pushed out. In the second stage, the actual calf is then pushed out of the cow. The third stage is where the placenta is delivered. This first stage of labor can take somewhere in the range of 4 to 12 hours. This is the period of time when you'll see that cow separate herself from the herd. She'll get a little antsy. You'll probably see her tail up and she'll start contractions. Now the second stage of labor is the one where we get more excited. In this stage, I want to see progress continually. How I know if things are progressing is if I see the water bag, I want to check on that cow within the next half hour. I want to see visible progress every half hour until the calf is out. So if the water bag's out in 30 minutes, I expect to see the feet. 30 minutes after that, I expect to see the feet and the nose. 30 minutes after that, I expect to see the head, and honestly, before we get to the next 30 minutes, I want to see that calf completely out. If at any point in time this cow doesn't make that necessary progress within that half-hour time frame, go ahead and help her out. There's no point in making that calf sit there and wait when we could give her a hand and get this labor over with in an expedient manner. Now the third stage of labor, the delivery of the placenta, should take somewhere around 12 hours. If that placenta is still hanging out the next day, don't try to rip it out. That will cause more damage to the uterus than letting it detach naturally. Rather, if the placenta is not being delivered, giving her a shot at LA200 to help prevent any infections from occurring would be the best idea. Now, where most of our calving mishaps occur is not during that second stage of labor where we can see the calf's feet, but rather when the cow looks like she's in the first stage of labor, but she's actually in the second stage of labor and we don't know. If you see a cow out there that looks like she's in that first stage of labor, but you come back in a couple hours and she still hasn't made any progress, definitely get that cow in and check out what's going on. There may be twins and you got to untangle them in order to get them out. You might have a breech calf in there that needs to be corrected in order for the cow to have it. Whatever the case is, we're better off to get that cow in and check her out right away rather than wait. Because by waiting, this is where we can end up with the problems of having a dead calf, which is even harder to get out than getting out a live calf. So if you're unsure about when you're supposed to help a cow out in a specific situation, feel free to reach out to us at Sioux Nation Ag Center. Our veterinarians can give you a hand, either physically or at least with some advice, on if we should intervene in a cow's labor process in order to make sure we get a healthy, happy calf, because let's face it, healthy live cattle are key to feeding that bottom line. Now folks, if you enjoy this content, feel free to like and subscribe to what we have here. We have weekly videos that we offer, either in this generic Rancher Ron question format, or in a more detailed format in Shoot Side with Doc Jake. There's even how-to videos that will show you how to do various different techniques that you might be a little unsure about that you use on your cattle. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll look for you next week with our next video.